This is one of the most powerful stories I've ever heard. Zahed Aflang was a 13-year-old child soldier that the Iranians had recruited during the Iran-Iraq war. And he was tasked with clearing a bunker and killing any remaining Iraqi soldiers. As Zahed was clearing the bunker, he came across Najah Abood, and he couldn't bring himself to kill him, but he saw tucked in his pocket the picture of his wife and a baby. And Zahed said, I can't kill this guy. Not only did he spare his life, but he went for 3 days finding medicines to help him, fending off other Iranians that were standing in the way. And eventually he took him to a field hospital and saved his life. Both of these men eventually were captured as prisoners of war and lived through many years of grief. And many, many years later, they both ended up in Canada as refugees. Zahed was going through bouts of depression. He was medicated all the time, really depressed after all the trauma what he went through. And one day he tied an electrical cord around his head and was about to kill himself when his housemates found them and stopped them and convinced them to go to a trauma center. At the trauma center, Najah happened to be visiting 20-some years later with his father, and Zahed and Najah started talking and reconnecting and figuring out who they were, and they started crying. And Zahed said that from that day on, he found purpose again in his life, and that he never ever needed any more medication or any reason to recognize that he needed to live with purpose, and that he actually served such a beautiful purpose. And so these two men ended up reconnecting and recognizing they could be builders together.